Social media is genuinely ruining all of our lives. Yours, and probably everyone else you know. I'm about to show you a clip, and you tell me what you think it's from.
Hundreds of women, all dressed in pink, cheered the accused mom as she arrived in a police caravan for her murder trial. Supporters ran across the field to greet Lindsay. Some came with their babies. They held up heart hands during a silent rally for the mom who strangled her 3 young children.
Now, after watching that, you might think it is some sort of famous person or some public stunt that's being done. So if I told you that that was actually somebody escorting a murderer of 3, would you believe me? Probably not. Well, that's exactly who this is. A mother of 3 that killed 2 of her children. 1 tried to run away, and she chased him down and killed him before trying to kill herself. Now, all those women you see in the video, and like this absolutely insane clip I'm about to show you right now.
Stop thinking about these kids as people and think about them as ceramic vases for just 1 second.
Every single one of them. Do you think they would have this opinion if they weren't probably have the equivalent hours of a full-time job a week on TikTok or Instagram? Probably not. You would not have this. It is absolutely insane, and that's not my only point. A big point of this is how they are specifically brain rotting people to where they can't think for themselves. Majority of these women just hate the idea of, I don't like to be that person, but just hate the idea of a man so much that they have the idea that a woman could do no wrong. And at the same time, I see it causes diversity because you have all these men saying that it is women. Meanwhile, it is her and a couple, and I do say couple, it's thousands, but in the grand scheme of things, a couple lunatic supporters. But that's not the only point. Aside from people not being able to think for themselves whatsoever, you also have people who stop being a person entirely. You go through any comment section, and personally, it's hard to even not get depressed reading them when you realize that most of them don't even have their own thought process, and it specifically revolves around what hive mind they can be a part of this week or at all. I find it genuinely insane. And I used to be just like that. I used to be crazy addicted to TikTok. I'm talking 5+ hours a day. I couldn't go to sleep without it. I'd sit there and watch it in the shower just because I needed it that bad. And I deleted it, and let me tell you, night and day. Like, my brain is so much more clear. I can think for myself. I am able to function as a human instead of a robot that is just a constant echo chamber of other people's stupid opinions. Like, there's this dude in my gym who cannot work out. He lifts a few things, and he might end up hurting himself because he's probably comparing himself to others so much from what he sees on social media. He feels the need to lift heavier than he actually can, which is, I feel like everyone is there at one point. But in between each set that he does do, he'll spend 10 minutes doom scrolling, and you'll see him checking the comments and reading them. That is the hive mind echo chamber that I refer to and when I speak like this. So if there's any information that I can give you, it's if you're trying to better your life at all, you're trying to grow something for yourself, or this channel is FOBO, fear of being ordinary. If you have the interest of not just being another cog in the machine, you should probably get away from that, because that first video I showed you was a perfect example of what these people do. Don't think for themselves, don't have their own opinions. It is just constant brain rot and brain slop. Gen Z is, I could be wrong, one of the first generations where on average, kids are not smarter than their parents. And I don't feel like that's entirely the children's fault, as it is the previous generation shoving electronics in their faces so that they'll shut up so they don't have to parent. My third point, I don't know. My next point, I should say, is comparison. Kind of like what I mentioned earlier. You're comparing yourself to everybody. You see somebody who is younger than you who has a Lambo and you think that should be you, when a lot of the time that's either fake, rented, they could have inherited it, but you're looking at their success they've achieved over the past several years of constant failure. And same thing with the gym. You see somebody who says that they are natural and they may not be, so you compare yourself to them because you've been lifting far longer than they have been. So it can really cause you to compare, put yourself down. Overall, we'll wrap this up. Overall, sort reset. overall, short form media is just horrible for you. It trains your brain that you need a stimulation tick every 4 seconds, and that's just not the way our brains are naturally wired, so it makes you dumber, less creative, and overall just a echo chamber of brain slop.